Miss Monroe, are men not supposed to be monogamous?
I wouldn't say that necessarily just men. No. And if you feel that you ain't, say that shit up front.
Well, they gotta feel like they one of them men. I mean, shoot, that's hard to feel. I don't even know how that feels. Right?
Well, you find out in the middle of dealing with me, it's gonna be you gonna feel some other shit. Like
I feel like I go into it with the expectation to be monogamous.
Well, before some shit happen, because you don't just trip and fall in the pussy. You might want to notify somebody.
Hey man, if it's that WAP, it's that WAP. You can trip and fall in it because she done wet the flow before you got there. Shit. Welcome to the TMF podcast, where we have too many feelings. I'm your host T Staples, and I'm joined by
Miss Monroe
and your main man's.
It's your boy, it's your main man's Freddie B.
With the hell of a delay over there. And coming up, we're going to get into a topic of a potential celebrity divorce. You'll find out in a minute. But before we do that, we'll get to a segment I like to call, Has the Internet Ever Lost? Miss Monroe, take it away.
All right, so just when you think you've heard all of it, the internet strikes again. The Real Housewives franchise starts its newest spinoff in Salt Lake City in November. Real Housewives is known for having a group of really interesting cast members, but one of the cast members in particular is extremely interesting, probably the most interesting one yet. It's Mary Cosby, a Pentecostal first lady who inherited her family's empire of churches, restaurants, and more by marrying her deceased grandmother's younger second husband. If doing something strange with some change was a person, Mary Cosby would definitely be it. So the tea is that her husband, Bishop Robert Cosby, married her grandmother, then Rosemary Harris, when he was only 22 years old. So he is only 10 years older than Mary Cosby. It's believed that Rosemary died of a heart attack, but Rosemary's daughter, Rosalind, accused Robert of murdering her because when she died of a heart attack, she was actually supposed to be in good health. And it's also believed that Robert doctored documents in her will that left everything to him and nothing to her children. So I just want to know, which one of y'all be willing to take one for the team?
You talking about Mary, the grandparent?
Yeah.
Married grandma to come up? How long we married for?
I mean, this is what's like. Yeah, you gonna have to give me some more than that. I can't.
I mean, I don't know. 5-10 years. What's the?
Do I have
years?
Do I have to hit that? This is what I'm trying to figure out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I mean, if your grandmother was balling like that, why you gotta marry? Why can't you just ride off her clout? Like, yeah, fuck with me because I'm her granddaughter. Like, why I gotta sleep with the dude that slept with my grandmama? Like, I don't understand why that was necessary. I don't care what he forged. Like, how is that ever necessary?
look, they can't have that much clout because they black in a Mormon city. Salt Lake City pretty white.
And I'm confused because I'm like, this do sound like some backwoods like Alabama kind of shit. But then I'm just like, well, but they in Salt Lake City, they supposed to be. This is very intentional. Is all I know. This is very. They
can't have that much clout. Like it's like people used to have clout. I mean, you keep clout. If stuff ain't booming and bunking, you got to figure out a way to light the fire back up.
Yeah, I'm not lighting it up with my coochie. We not. There's no negotiating that.
If your coochie can light a fire, we got another problem. You need a test, ma'am.
There's that.
You're gonna need a test. And we ain't talking COVID.
Fire.
Like we.
You don't want your coochie booming and bunking. You don't want that.
You open your legs and flames come out.
And whirring.
Flames come out when you open your legs up. We gotta talk off the mic.
No, actually, we don't gotta talk. You on your own.
You on your own.
You actually don't have to talk. It's not a conversation I need to have with you. You talk to a doctor.
Talk to a doctor. Yeah, we need to introduce you to Dr. Phil, somebody else. And now the time has come. Another celebrity, another divorce. And who are the unlucky or lucky individuals we're talking about today? None other than Bill Callius Almanzar and Kiera Cephas. Oh, you don't know those names, do you? They're also known as Cardi B and Offset. Here we go.
Offset.
That's right, y'all. The couple who got married back in 2017 on the low, because they ain't want nobody to know. They got a 2-year-old daughter named Culture, who they about to be doing this divorce for. The Culture. That's right. Have been at odds at odds. And Cardi B has decided that she's going to file for divorce. That's right. She filed for divorce. And now we have the battle coming up. Ding, 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 ding. That's right. It's the divorce. It's the potential divorce because they haven't been divorced yet. But it's the divorce filings of Cardi B and Offset, Freddie B, Miss Monroe. You know, this is going to be an interesting one. We got a couple that is, I would say a big celebrity couple because you know Offset, he's pretty much in the media a lot. Migos as a whole have been popular, but now, they've kind of cooled off. Quarantine has happened. But Cardi B has been hot. This whole year she's been doing her little postings, whether it was talking about political issues or whether it was, her interviewing or getting interviewed. Was she get interviewed or did she interview Bernie Sanders? I forget. She asked him questions. She has been. She
talked to him for a little bit.
She spoke with him. Right. She has kept herself pretty relevant. Of course, as we know, the recent song WAP, which was the internet polarizer, and then now she has this new song with this artist named Anita, where it's actually Anita's song, right? But she's featured on it. That just dropped a few days ago, and they got the video out, which is pretty average. But I mean, Cardi B's back out there again, so she's keeping herself relevant. So this is a celebrity, divorce battle that's about to happen. I mean, it's Cardi B. She proclaimed that she has that WAP. Wow. So I don't understand why you need to cheat, sir. She got big titties. Big titties, as she would say.
What the hell?
She got big butt. Ass for days, as she would say. So what's the problem? Freddie B, Miss Monroe, help me out. What's going on?
I'm so thrown off by the fact that you just said big titties like that, but
that's all she said. You never heard her say her things. I got these big titties. Like she
know,
like, have you ever seen
you to say it like that?
Have you ever seen The Mask and Jim Carrey?
Yes.
That's like she imitates that. Like, have you ever noticed that Cardi B does
she does
that Jim Carrey thing a lot? Like, I feel like she watched every Jim Carrey film that he's ever made because she does a lot of her nuances are in her voice. She
sounded like Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah, in her voice, in her own dialect almost. But interestingly enough, about this divorce, these filings, her attorneys apparently filed something different than what she wanted. They filed a contested the papers, and she went and changed them back to amicable because she just wants to be like a clean separation. She don't want to fight for a whole bunch of stuff. She asks for very little. Matter of fact, she wants physical custody of Culture, and she wants support and maintenance. And I'm done. So it seems pretty. It seems pretty much.
What is support and maintenance? What does that mean exactly?
Child support. And
like if she has custody, then he would have to pay her money. You know what I'm saying for him not having her.
For him not having her, right? Now maintenance is I don't know if that's clear. I don't know what maintenance is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but if you look at the filings,
the maintenance word was really tripping me up.
Like they literally in the filings, I don't know if the lawyers wrote this or not, but in the filings, it literally says that they are living in a bona fide state of separation. Like, I guess that just means y'all not together. Like, why you got to be bona fide?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I don't understand. So that's
only some legalese.
Yeah, they did that. So it's like very clear that they want this divorce to go through, and that they have been living apart. So it's not like they're trying to make it up. They even put terms in there like there's no prospects for reconciliation. So she's serious about this. This is gonna happen. Now he gonna have to sign, of course, but this is gonna happen. But what do y'all think? What are y'all thoughts? How do you feel about this divorce? Talk to me.
The internet reaction is hilarious to me. I think people are looking at it differently than I am, but the initial reaction of I thought she had that WAP, and I don't know, people kind of like trying to drag her because the assumption is that he cheated again, which to my knowledge, what I've saw is that she's not saying that he has. She's just saying she just wants a divorce. But I'm just trying to figure out how that would be her fault. Because that's what a lot of people are saying. It's funny to me because I'm like, it's the same dudes that was like clapping for Will Smith You know, they was against cheating a minute ago, and it was all black men don't cheat, and all of a sudden it's like, well, when they do cheat, it's your fault.
Miss Monroe, you gonna have to stop following these men. Whoever these men are that you follow, I ain't seen not a single person say that. I ain't seen that. Everybody is on board with her from what I've been seeing on the internet. But Freddie B, what you got?
I need to say black men still don't cheat. Offset is Mexican because he is 1/3 of the Migos. He's 1/3 of Amigos, so he's Mexican. So black men still don't cheat.
I seen that meme too.
Yeah. So black men still don't cheat. So there's that. And I think people. I have seen people making fun of Cardi B, and I think people making fun of Cardi B because in her WAP song, she was bragging and boasting how she got the ring. You know, I don't cook or clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring.
And now you're losing the ring.
And now right now that
she
ring is
losing
a
the
wrap.
ring. She's decided she ain't want the ring no more. To clarify, and two, we all know just because you get a man don't mean you keep him unless he wants to be kept.
So what's the point of boasting about getting the ring?
There you go.
Yeah. Boasting about the fact that she didn't have to do the traditional things that they tell women to do to get a man, which we all know don't keep him regardless. You can be the best housewife, cooking, cleaning, and you still get cheated on.
Well, she got cheated on multiple times, so there you go.
Multiple times, right? And because the thing is you know, you had that WAP, but there's other chicks out here got that WAP too, but then they also got that WAP, but they also got that mouth. They got the WAP and the mouth.
They got that WAP and that mop.
Right, that WAP and that mop. And then Cardi B is an okay look, like she's really like an okay looking chick. She's not just like bad out here. You know what I mean? So if you just holding up those standards of like your WAP and you compare it to another chick who's bad and she got that WAP,
then he should have married one of them.
He didn't though, and she didn't. Neither one of them didn't. They married each other. That's what I'm saying.
So that's something like I'm how people trying to put that off on her. I'm like, he decided to marry. Whether people are like, oh, well, she was this or she was that, but he still married her though.
Well, but you know, she admitted though, and she even spoke on her Instagram. Is she said that it wasn't necessarily for cheating, but it was more than that. It was she got tired of arguing.
Mm-hmm,
you know, she what else did she say? She said it was just they were growing apart. So she does admit to it, and I think it's interesting because of the culture. You know, like Hispanic culture, they really fight to keep their marriages together. You know, so it's one of those situations where it almost seems kind of counterintuitive to the culture that she participates in, and even the stuff she believed in, because she stayed with this man through him cheating before they got together, through him cheating when they became married twice, and now she's saying, okay, now I want this divorce. It's almost like she's realizing her value just way into the marriage. How do you feel, Miss Monroe, when you are cheated on? Like give us a little bit of the lady side.
Oh, how do I feel?
How do you feel? Yeah, because I want to hear about your feelings. Open up I want to hear how you feel, because you know they say we got too many feelings.
I feel like shooting a nigga and stabbing him in his ass. That's how I feel.
You know what? Younger me,
concrete in his life.
Yes.
I put concrete. in
Oh,
his
you remember
locks.
the story? I didn't do that. My grandmother did that though, but I learned from the best.
Damn. I got to tell a story about that. The best you ever had.
Hey, women in my family crazy. Like for real. I just found this out a year ago. My great grandmother murdered my great grandfather. I always wondered why we had no clue who our family in Athens is, because my great grandmother is from Athens, and I was like, you know, we got family in Atlanta, but it's only family like in Atlanta. Like, don't we have family other places in Georgia? And nobody ever talked about it. And I just learned about it last year, and I was like, this makes so much sense now. It makes my whole family make so much sense.
That might wrap your stalkers up. All your stalkers are donezo. Like, she got that number.
I would hope, but you know, we'll see about that. But yeah, no, the whole cheating thing. She's. I gotta say this. I don't believe it's okay to be violent, but I can see why it can make you that way. If a person keeps repeatedly doing some shit you've asked them not to do, it can make a person feel that way. It's never okay to be, but it can make it happen. I feel on the divorce thing. She good. I wouldn't have never married him in the first place.
Do you think that with him cheating on her, because I feel like the cheating wasn't in her case, it wasn't enough to make her leave him, but it was things like him being sloppy about it. Like she says that, like he was just sloppy, like Is there a grounds by which it's okay, in your opinion?
That depends on the woman. So if you start our relationship one way, this is just how I am, period. I'm about stuff like this constantly. Like, I want stuff laid out on the table. We've agreed to A, B, and C, then I expect A, B, and C. You cannot bring J, K, L, M, N, O, P up in Miss Mud because we ain't agree to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I would believe in my mind that Cardi B is probably not the most conventional girl in the world. So maybe that is her opinion of that. But I think for her, maybe if they agreed they was gonna get married and that's what the terms are gonna be, then it probably was like, okay, cool, you can, but you can't do this. And it's so funny because I'm in this group and a lot of poly couples are in the group too, and a lot of like poly married couples. And one thing that got me that was really interesting, because I always see men say this a lot nowadays, that men weren't meant to be monogamous, that's against nature, blah blah blah. And here you talk about these poly couples, and a lot of these women end up getting divorced because it wasn't that their partner, husband, whatever, had sex with another person. It was like the terms in which they agreed that stuff could happen. Like one of them was, you can just tell me about it, or I just want to meet the person. And the men would not do that. So, for some people, they just have to feel the need of like they're being bad, you know what I'm saying? Or they're getting over on somebody in some kind of way. So in that place, you know what I'm saying? You've set your boundaries. Like, all right, cool. You disrespecting my boundaries repeatedly. Right. You got to go.
Right. I feel that. Freddie B, talk to me. What do you feel about being cheated on? Have you ever been cheated on, Freddie B?
Women sneaky with their stuff, so it's like men, we not as sneaky as women, so we usually always.
You said it like Cardi B. Women are sneaky.
Yeah, women be sneaky with it. So the thing is like what Miss Monroe was saying about in the group, like more than likely the women probably cheated too. It's just nobody knows, so they don't need to say nothing. So then it just keep it moving. In a poly couple, they messed up on the terms of agreements, but nobody knew. Cause like here's the thing, women, once they find out that you cheated, like women will stay, but then they feel like they gotta get out of jail free pass, and they gonna do their dirt too. Like they don't want to leave, especially got children. They gonna do their thing too. But like I said, they real nice and sneaky about it. Like,
so let's talk about what we know and not what we might know.
Ain't gonna figure it out.
Sneaky.
No. This is what I know, because in my DMs I have a couple of married women in my DMs, and their husbands do not know what they be saying to me. I guarantee you that. So you know what I mean. So there's that. Like I was at the Super Bowl. When it was in Atlanta, it was this married woman. Like she tried to she actually took me home, and I got to her house, and it was like, oh snap! Like, oh, you married? Oh wow! I got scared. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna die. So I had to roll. I had to get this Uber and roll up out of there. I was like, I ain't about to be here. Your husband pull up.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, she was saying he was out of town, this, that, and third. But like I said, she told me the whole story.
I always say that.
And the story always be the same. It always be the same. Like dude cheated, or she suspects him of cheating, or basically defiling their agreement or whatever that agreement had. And then she like, you know what, I'm gonna have me some fun too. And then she has some fun, but she know about his fun. He don't know about her fun. Yeah. So that's the thing with cheating. But I mean, as far as me with cheating, have I been cheated on? It's possible. I'm not gonna be naive and say, nah, I ain't never been cheated on. I don't know, but it's possible.
So not that you know of. Okay, so then this will be an interesting question to answer, because what do you really feel about cheating? Like, and maybe you can speak about it from the perspective of what we're seeing going on in celebrity and pop culture with Cardi B and Offset. How do you feel about
I think
cheating?
between like the cheating between them, like what she was saying, like he was messy with it. It's a respect factor. It's like, because you already defied the respect by cheating on me. So then at the very least, like, okay, you did that. It's like when your parents say, like, oh, you ask your parents, like, they want you to wait till you get married to have sex. But if you don't, at the very least, wear a condom, don't have a baby in your teenage years, don't be messy with it. So it's the same deal. It's like, you cheated on me, okay, cool, but at the very least, control your hoe. That's why we've heard everybody heard that saying, control your hoe. And it normally goes for the dude, because dudes forget to control their hoe. Like, keep it classy, keep it cute, keep it under wraps. Like, the whole world don't need to know that you cheated on me. Like, okay, you cheated on me, the girl know, I know. You make up for it, and you try to work or whatever, and we get past it, we work through it, because you got to work through so much when you get married. Like, don't get it confused. everybody I talk to that's been married, you got to put in work. Like everybody I talk to that's been married for 20, 30 years, they be like, yo, it's hard, but I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. So looking in their eyes and you look in people's eyes when they say it, like they done been through some stuff, whether it's cheating or some wild stuff. So you got to get through it. It's just that don't have me out in the street looking like a fool. And then that's the thing with Offset. Offset, he don't know how to handle this stuff. But I think this one thing I can agree with Miss Monroe on. They should have never got married. Guaranteed. Never. They got married for money and they got married for career, and that's it.
So you think that this is all about. This is about money. This is about what it looked like in the public eye, but they really weren't. They really weren't for each other.
They were trying to do Jay-Z, Beyonce. You know, Jay-Z, Beyonce. Everybody trying to emulate that, but then even with that, Jay-Z, Beyonce, you see, like he cheated on her, Becky with the good hair, and then Solange got in that ass in the elevator.
But according to reports, though, it
out.
wasn't just her. Like he had been cheating on her.
But I think
you talking about Jay or Offset?
Jay?
Yeah, but I think it goes back to what you both were just saying. Even what Cardi said, you know, you sloppy with you. When you get sloppy with it, I got to speak up on it. Like he got sloppy with it. You know, that became something where people started like, wait a minute, Jay was with that. That's her right there, ain't it? That's the chick. Okay, yeah. And you don't want that out there like that, you know. So
right. But I think with Jay-Z and Beyonce, they really stayed together because, you know, it's too much money. It's way too much financials at stake for them to break up. They break up, that's gonna hurt their bottom line. They're not gonna be billionaires no more. Offset and Cardi B, you know, they looked at the situation like, okay, we younger, we can break up and move on, and then we can go higher. You know, she got an album coming out, so this is the best time to get divorced. She in the news, and you know, to keep everything, keep the stone moving.
Is there such thing, Miss Monroe, as getting tired of someone? Like in a marriage?
Absolutely.
Is that a valid reason for divorce?
I ain't never been married. I don't know. But tired of people? Absolutely. I get tired of people all the time.
I mean, because to me, this don't make no sense. Like, how can you just get tired and just, okay, I'm divorced. I'm tired of him.
Yeah, I mean, that part kind of don't make sense to me because, like I said, I wouldn't have married his ass in the first place. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's what you want? All right, I'm out.
but they're married now. They are married. So we gotta speak from the standpoint of it's almost like signing that contract or that record deal. You have made a commitment to be with this person. And in her culture, they normally don't get divorced through thick and thin.
But also her culture, because, you know, I have a few Latina friends. Also, the women I know who, you know, are married to their husbands and their husbands cheated on them. Dudes came out with stab wounds. They fucked up the car. They did all types of crazy shit. So
she can't afford to do that.
That is true.
Right, she can't afford to do that. It's like, I'm gonna just divorce you.
She did drug men though. She talked about drugging men back in the day.
Yeah, but she wasn't proud of it. She was very sad about that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, she's sad that she participated in the rape culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's
so she's already stated that she's not trying to be that person.
There's a catch-22 to that because she didn't go to jail. Where there's men right now who participate in that rape culture.
Yeah, but they had accusers. She won't have any accusers that come forward. She didn't have any accusers that came forward.
They're probably not gonna come forward because they scared. Yeah. They scared. Mm-hmm.
Well, when those accusers come forward, then she should go through a trial. But until then, we don't have anybody.
But we have her admitting it though. Like, when do you it's like I killed somebody. Like somebody like, I killed somebody. Like, well, you ain't got a body, so you get to stay out of jail.
That literally is how it goes. I mean,
that's exactly how it is. You kill somebody, but who did you kill?
Where's the evidence?
I know, right? So it was just like her talking crazy. It really don't amount to nothing.
Now, and if she said her name, she said, "Yeah, I drugged some people. Yeah, I drugged Tommy T. Yeah, you know, I drugged him. April 4th,
she didn't get a name.
2003.
At this hotel, you know what I'm saying? These witnesses were around. Yeah.
So look, Freddie B, can you get tired of somebody? Like, is that your idea of the institution of marriage? I can get tired of you and leave.
So she said growing apart, like that's not realistic. And like I said, I do agree with Miss Monroe there. Surprisingly, I actually do agree with her there that, you know, they should never got married to begin with. Should never got married. Because the thing is that if you connect with somebody on this, because you're supposed to be soulmates. People forget that part. You connect with somebody on their soul. Your soul never changes. Your soul stays the same from when you're born till you die. So you connect with somebody, your soul connects to their soul, you never grow apart. And that's what's supposed to happen when you get married. But people connect physically, people connect financially, people connect intellectually. all those things change. Like you change physically, you change financially, you change intellectually. So then, yeah, if you connect there and that's what your marriage is based on, then you're going to grow apart. Things going to change. You're going to end up separated from that person. You're going to look up like, oh, we ain't in the same place. We are in different places now. And then you're going to want to separate.
So have you ever had a dream about somebody that you was with and they cheated on you in your dream? Have y'all had that happen before?
No.
Nope.
Y'all never had that? Oh, only me. Okay.
Dreams you over there having.
Man, your chicks ain't faithful to you in your dreams. God damn.
I know, man. I can't dream about you no more. You was my dream girl.
In my dreams, I'm the man.
Last night. In your dream, you the man?
That sounds right.
Like
if there's one place I'm gonna be the man, it's gonna be in my dreams. Like in real life, it may not factor,
in your
but
dreams.
in my dreams,
Definitely in your dreams.
In my dreams.
In your dreams.
Man, in your
dreams. In my dreams, I can fly.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw this
knocking
out.
down to any chick I want.
But
Rihanna.
Here's the thing. So you say that, Freddie B. You making me think about this kind of topic that is looming around the divorce. And I've heard this come up in our community so many times. And it's one of those things where we talk about something, but I always wonder, is it really true? Is it true? Are men not meant to be monogamous?
I mean, the thing is it's like I can see both sides. I understand both sides. Me personally, I choose and I want to be monogamous with my woman. You know, that's what I would want to do. But I can understand both sides of people saying like men ain't supposed to be monogamous because we like spray our seed. We're supposed to spray our seed and fertilize the earth and this, that, and the third.
Sounds so unsanitary.
I mean, now it does in COVID-19 times, but back in the day,
right, exactly. But cause I think about like pollination and flowers pollinating, and the seed gets sent out and the wind takes it and it pollinates flowers. People come up with that, and it's like, okay, I get where you're coming from. But I mean, my thing is I can get where somebody coming from. I can understand, I can get where you're coming from, but that doesn't mean I agree with it. And so, that's this situation here. Like, I get it. I get what they're saying, what people say men not supposed to be with somebody, but I don't agree with it.
Miss Monroe, are men not supposed to be monogamous?
I don't necessarily say that men aren't supposed to be monogamous. I just think certain people aren't supposed to be monogamous, male or female, because there's some women who are just never going to be monogamous, period. Yeah, but I wouldn't say that necessarily just men. No. And if you feel that you ain't, that's the thing that kills me about those situations. If you feel like you one of them men, say that shit up front.
Well, they gotta feel like they one of them men. I mean, shoot, that's hard to feel. I don't even know how that feels. Right?
Well, you find out in the middle of dealing with me, it's gonna be you gonna feel some other shit. Like I
feel like I go into it with the expectation to be with you monogamous, but it sometimes things happen inside the relationship.
Well, before some shit happen, because you don't just trip and fall in the pussy, you might want to notify somebody.
Hey man, if it's that WAP, you can trip and fall in it because she done wet the flow before you got there. Shit,
right? It's wet like Dasani, Aquafina. You slide right in.
Right, I ain't never had that flavor. Dasani Panani, what's that? I ain't never had that flavor. Let me slide on that.
You may not slip and fall in, but you may be sitting there and she hop on it, and you like, oh yeah, how you get that fast? Do you do that? You crazy?
Okay, so it seems like that. We got a whole bunch of feelings about this topic, but what do we feel about the divorce? I mean, do we feel like they should be going through with this, or do we need to? Does Cardi B need to take a step back and just like look at the reality of the situation from a different point of view?
I don't see what other point of view there is. Like, in my opinion, being cheated on like that, I mean, I get it. Maybe she was really wanting to have this whole family thing, kind of had that life. Because that's another thing too about Cardi that I don't know if anybody else ever pays attention to. When she's not performing, she dresses not very modestly, but compared to what her personality is on her records, like all these little Chanel like suit sets she be wearing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
she's very domesticated. She is. But it's the same thing that I said about Nicki Minaj back in the day. I used to talk about Nicki Minaj all the time. I was like, yo, that chick want to be at home cooking. Like she's doing. She is not who we think she is. Now Cardi B wants to be Cardi B. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a different. I'm not trying to compare them two, but they both have a sense of wanting to be domesticated. Like, I've noticed that about, Nicki want to have a baby, want to be like. She even said it at one point. She said, if this didn't pop off, I would have been at home cooking and had a baby somewhere, and I'd be married right now. Like that. So that says to me that it's almost like fame came before your life, before what you really wanted out of life.
Right.
Cardi B still wants to be domesticated, but she's famous as well. Famous is what she wants to do. Like being a star, an artist, she don't want to go back to the hood. She don't want to go back to. So I can see that for her. Like this career is what she really wants, and she wants to be a mommy, which is why she did. Like if you look at what she did, Nicki was damn near out the game and had a baby. Cardi was like, I'm gonna have my baby while I'm here because I could do this and be a mother. You know what I mean? Like this, I can handle it. So I think Cardi B definitely has that. So like you go to your point, Ms. Monroe, well, the things she wears, you can kind of tell. Like I just want to be a regular person, and she even talks about even people talking to her online, like always talking crazy. But what I noticed about this particular time around with her talking about Offset, she said I didn't cry.
Yeah,
it's like I think at this point she's numb to it.
Yeah, that's like what's that? R. Kelly said that. When a woman's fed up, you know what I'm saying?
A woman's fed up.
Yeah, it's a wrap, and I feel that I'm that way too. Like I let a dude know up front. Once I'm done, like I'm done for real.
Yeah.
Like it's a wrap.
Hey, that's any woman. That's any woman. When you do something, the woman just staring off into the distance.
The way some dudes act, they act like, oh no, she gonna keep giving me chances. I'm like, all right, I don't know what the last chick did. I'm gonna tell you this one ain't.
Some dudes don't have EQ. Some dudes don't have proper EQ, and they have they're devoid of EQ, and they don't get that. Even though you got to tell the people what's EQ, Freddie. You can't just say EQ is emotional quotient.
There we go.
Emotional quotient.
It's a level of feelings.
Just like IQ. Right, exactly. EQ, like being able to read the room, read the feelings, like feel what's happening. You can feel the energy in the room. Like they don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you pay attention to a woman. You can see that, but a lot of dudes just try to run over it, like, oh, she good, and they try to tell themselves that because they feel like if I tell myself that, I'll believe it and I'll feel better. But it's just a method of self coping, just to self cope with the situation. Because most women, most women, once you get with a guy and you comfortable, you want to stay. You don't want to like, oh, leave and I got to do all this over again and go through all that. I don't want to go through all that getting to know and trying to figure out if I know him. I know his faults. I know where he slip up. I hate it, but I know it. And so they don't want to deal with that. So most dudes depend and rely on that. But then now women, we have an awakening and women really like, man, F this. I'm just going to go through and I'm going to wild out. Or whatever, and I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm about to leave, and all that. So you can't like depend on that. But so as men gotta have that EQ and develop that, and really like, okay, look, like you feel it, address it. Don't be scared to address it. Like, hey, babe, what's wrong? Even if it sounds stupid, at least what's wrong, and let's go from there, so we can, solve something.
Right.
So it sounds to me like you feel like she should just go through this divorce. Like that, there's not gonna be any room for her to keep this relationship together.
I'm not one that agrees with divorce, but like I said, if she does, I get it. You know what I mean? But like I said, going back to the whole point of this, these niggas should have never got married.
Never.
Well, that's one thing I can tell that we all agree on. That the fact that they got married was just not the best decision. Oh my goodness. Well, listen, thank you all for listening to the TMF podcast where we have too many feelings. It's been great, guys. I'm your host, T Staples, and I was here with
Miss Monroe
and your boy
Freddie B. Holla at me.
Bashalis Alamzar and
oh my God,
Carrie Sophisis Carrie. Y'all need to go ahead and split it up, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.